praise, glory, and honor be to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Salutations to the hopefully elect out there pushing this word, truth, sincerity, and indeed. We are the branch of Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you again with some more of it.
Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And all those things are upon us right now. War, evil, and pestilence. And that's what the prophets are prophesying again. And then you also got distractions.
Yes.
But you got, look, you got 2nd Ezra. Give me 2nd Ezra 16:73, Papa.
Got it. 2nd Ezra 16:73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen.
Right, so you get ready to find out real soon who the true chosen of the Lord is. You're about to find out. And even among the Israelites. All right? Because this thing with the C-hip, with the MOTB, all right, everybody can see that at this point.
Right. Oh.
And I saw that video with one of them, I think it was a woman from another camp, made an assessment that everybody can see it. The other camps just don't want to acknowledge it because we've been seeing it first. That's what it. That's all. It's come down to their own pride, man. And I can. And you know what? I can admit when I'm wrong about something. What is this? As a matter of fact, that's some really some unmanly shit. To can't admit when you wrong about something. You know, you can be wrong. It's okay, man. None of us are perfect yet. We waiting for that. All right, and none of us perfect yet, man. All right, and I might add this whole argument about the new covenant. It's really retarded, man. It's stupid. 100%. All right, it's really retarded. It's stupid, man. We're not in the new covenant yet. All right, somebody give me 1 Corinthians 15. Started like 51.
Oh yeah, come on, man. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 51. And it reads, I said 51. Behold, I show you a mystery.
There we go.
We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
That's what we waiting for. When we changed, that's when the new covenant is in effect. Not before then, man. Not before then. Certain brothers are going to be imbued with those powers to defend the rest of the brothers, man. To defend the rest of the elect. Go ahead.
It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible.
So those that are dead going to be raised incorruptible. How are we in the new covenant when the dead ain't been raised yet? We got brothers who died in this truth. Right. We still got people in the spirit world that served the Lord and passed away and went to the spirit world. Right. So they ain't been raised up yet. So how are we in the new covenant, man? So you guys is making an argument, man. It's really stupid, man. Right. Stop. Just stop.
Because it literally says in the next verse, swing back to Jeremiah 31 and 31, or Hebrews 8, starting at 10, it literally says in the next verse, we shall no more teach every man his neighbor to fear the Lord. So we literally come out, we right here, right now, today, teaching to fear the Lord, man. There's still unrighteous Israelites. 2/3 still have to be vanquished. We have to purge out the rest of the rebels around the world, man. And then, because the scripture said, in the end, all thy people shall be righteous, man.
That's right. And
every one of them.
And all of our people have to hear this message so that they can either hear it or forbear it. All right? Because it tells us to you got it? Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm a precept.
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 6 and 9 and 10. Know ye not that unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revelers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High. How are they even possible that we're in the new covenant when all these people are still around, man?
That's right, exactly.
They're still doing this.
Exactly. It's some dude plugging somebody else's wife right now.
Right now.
All right, got his foot on the head and everything.
Another man.
Right.
All right.
Men right now.
Yeah,
Like
exactly,
man.
So that arguing about we're in a new covenant already, bro. You know, if you one of them guys that's pushing that, you really need to stop, man.
That's
Just stop. Go ahead. What you got, brother?
This Hebrews 8 chapter 10, Hebrews chapter 8 verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord, I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. And
So the laws haven't been put. We strive to try to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. That's what we strive to do. But nobody can, man. All right, nobody can keep the law perfect. That's why, and so we are under grace. We're under grace until that time is up, man. We kind of in limbo when you really think about it.
We are.
Because we're still bound by the law, all right? But we in grace with the Lord, because the truth be said, all of our righteousness is as filthy rags, and we all deserve death. Everybody here could be put to death right now for shit we done done.
Right.
All right?
Yes.
But the Lord having that mercy, man, on the select few. Right? Because you got to remember, man, 2/3 of Israel is not going to make it, and that's a big number. So what that means, all right, for every 3 Israelites you see, all right, 2 going to die. That's literally what that means.
They're appointed to die.
They appointed, they are the Lord, and they already marked for death, man.
Right.
All right? Ain't nothing you can do about it. They gonna inherit the kingdom on the other side when they get brought back.
Right.
All right? So all of our people ain't gonna make it, man. So that's another thing. So you guys out there that's teaching that all Israel, we gotta build the nation. How you gonna build a nation in a burning building, man?
Right.
America's on the verge of collapsing, literally, financially, morally, in every way you can imagine, man.
Done.
All right, there's literally about every financial expert is saying is they're getting ready to be riots in the streets of America and around the world, man. And it is. Shit is getting ready to get real, man. It's getting ready to go down. All right, finish that, brother.
Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 11. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me from the least to the greatest.
Come on, man. So how is that hard to understand?
Hey, go
How
look.
do you fuck that up?
Go up to five Israelites, black, Latino, whatever. Ask them who Yahweh is.
Come on.
Well, ask them what they are. They ain't gonna tell you a damn color.
Come on.
All right, they gonna
That's
tell you their
madness.
color,
And
or they gonna give you some made up Latin word that was made up by the damn devil himself.
and out of the 5 you asked, 1 to 2 of them is gonna be a sodomite. Facts. No, real facts.
Yes.
So how are we in the new covenant, man? D-Wade's son still running around, but we in the new covenant. You niggas are sick, man. That's madness. Was it some more?
I got something right quick.
That shit just another excuse not to go out and teach. It was some more in this though. No, it is some. That's Hebrews 8, right?
Yeah.
Read.
Hebrews 8 and verse 12. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness and their sins, and their iniquities will I remember no more.
And see, that's what we hustling for. That's what we out here for, to be found without fault. The scriptures refer to it as the sure mercies of David.
Let's go.
All right? We don't know if we got that yet, because as you also read in Hebrews, faith is the evidence of things not seen but hoped for. And if you actually know, and if you actually believe and actually think that you under the new covenant, well, what's the point of having faith and working? The scriptures say they should be saved by their faith and their works.
Yeah.
We ain't saved yet, so how are you under the new covenant?
Yeah, it's what you got a golden ticket that says chariot bound.
Right.
Yeah, me.
You know?
I'm gonna just sit over here and do some wild shit.
Right.
Right. So if you got a ticket for the chariot already, you know.
Shit, she be at the crib waiting on me. by the way.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
In full uniform.
Oh yeah.
Which means no
Exactly.
No uniform.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those
One
of you
body.
Those of you who don't understand.
God damn it.
Get the last.
Go ahead,
the last
brother.
verse. Verse 13. And in that he saith a new covenant, he hath made the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away.
God,
Right,
no, go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
I can-
No,
no,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Right, it's ready to vanish away, but we ain't in that next covenant yet, man.
Right, because
You
the
know?
fault was the flesh.
Yep.
The flesh was the whole mouth. The flesh was the whole reason the first covenant was broken, man. That's why the first covenant can't be kept. Otherwise, it wouldn't be no need for a second covenant.
Con, I've been reading Ezekiel. You know, that's been the book that I've been reading, is Ezekiel. And like the first 24 chapters is all about Israel going off, man.
Yeah.
All about us being adulterous, you know. We with the
Hard-headed.
northern and the southern kingdom, hard-headed, you know, wives, hard-headed women, right? Referring both the northern and the southern kingdom to women who were constantly committing adultery, man. Constantly got other people's nuts on their mouth.
Right.
We coming home to you, all right?
Yeah, he said like issues from the horses in Ezekiel.
Right.
I think that's in Ezekiel.
You know, it's literally not until the 25th chapter we starts talking about getting at the other nations.
Right.
He's gonna. So the first 24. Could somebody look at it real quick? How many chapters is in Ezekiel?
Like 48.
Is it like 40 something chapters?
It's like 48.
So damn, so damn near the first half is all about all the wicked shit we
You know
were
this
doing.
the birth, man.
Following after idols and idolaters. You know, we were back in Greece again, man.
That's right.
And see, that's another thing that they don't teach about. When it comes to Christianity, they completely leave out the Grecian captivity.
Exactly.
They teach you the Babylonian, the Assyrian captivity, and then they jump straight to Rome.
Exactly.
And then they don't teach about the Hellenization period.
Right.
Right? Why we still Greeks to this day. All right?
The
Why
nigga
we
say I
running-
am a Greek.
Right, we Dean Big Brother Almighty around this bitch. All right?
Yeah, I am a
right,
Greek.
and that goes back to that time period of that captivity, man.
Right.
So we're still following those philosophies and ways to this day, man.
Right.
All right, you're not gonna go from the Assyrian Babylonian captivity and straight to the Roman captivity, and then you try to make the Bible all inclusive, but you're leaving out the whole thing that happened in Greece. 400 years of the Greeks making Hellenizing us.
That's right.
Where now the things that we do, they follow.
Right.
All it's like Zeus and all them Greek gods that they follow, that them damn Vikings follow, because the Vikings weren't white people. All right, those was
right.
niggas. All right,
That's
and
right.
all them Greek gods storing all them people. Zeus was referred to as being Ethiops or Ethiops, however you want to say it, man. You know, and that basically that meant an Ethiopian, and not an actual Ethiopian, but that was the word that the Greeks used to identify somebody that was dark skinned, that was brown skinned.
Yeah.
Simple as that, man. So when Esau took over, all right, he took all those same First Maccabees 3 and 48. So not only did he take the actual image of the prophets and of the real gods, he took the images of the false gods and made them white too.
Yeah, like Thor.
All right. So
Thor.
none of them guys, you know, they make all this money. These Edomites love that Valhalla shit. They love them Viking movies.
Yeah.
You know, and they go find the blondest people that they can find, and they get everything right. The weapons, the dress, the jewelry, you know.
They even got the braids on them.
The gods that the braids and all that,
Sorry,
man.
wearing no damn braids.
All right. But they just can't seem to get the faces right. They can't get that part. They can't get that part right, man.
Right.
And there's so many evidences to substantiate what I'm saying. But go ahead, brother.
I got this First Maccabees 3. I'm gonna get straight to the point.
No, start at 46.
46 con. It's First Maccabees 3 and 46. Wherefore the Israelites assembled themselves together and came to Mashpah over against Jerusalem. For in Mashpah was the place where they prepared aforetime in Israel.
That was before the 400 years of Hellenization, becoming Greeks. Go ahead.
Then they fasted that day and put on sackcloth and
They put on
cast.
sackcloth, just like I'm wearing now. All right, with the border of blue, with fringes, just like we were ordered to in the Bible. I don't see the Jewish people doing this. Go ahead.
Ishmael.
And cast ashes upon their heads,
Right.
and rent their clothes,
And rent their clothes. They were in mourning. Go ahead.
and laid open the book of the law,
So when they opened up our book, what did they see?
wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their image.
That's why you got white Jesus and white saints and white angels and all that.
Iconoclasm.
But iconoclasm to this day.
To this.
You know.
Bring it out.
Yep, to this day, man, and that was what the Renaissance was all about. The Renaissance was all about the whitewashing of history, and now we live in a day and age. Brother, he not here today. Brother Joe sent me a video, man, of one of them Russian icon books that I had never seen before, and it's beyond clear. And this was a white guy bringing it out, and he's showing you all the images. So Russia is really messing these Edomites up over here, because they were basically, they said they're releasing the vaults. So these Russians are going into their vaults, all the shit that they didn't hid for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they pulling all these images of all these church people and saints out. They go back to the 11th century, the 8th century, the 9th century, the 12th century, the 13th century, and they're all so-called Negroes, man.
This just some imagery to support the elder evidence, and they killed two birds in one stone, because it's from cult of Athena, which is, and that's actually
It's
Greek.
and that's a
But-
sword marketer.
Yeah.
I've actually gotten swords from them before.
This is the Viking. This is this is the sword of the king. The sword of the king. This is the Viking. This is a Viking king sword, and it got Paleo Hebrew all up and down it. This is broken Paleo Hebrew.
That's exactly what it is.
You see that? And the Gadites, the so-called Native Americans, had writing like this all over Americas.
From Brazil to Canada.
Writing just like that.
Right.
And this is a Viking sword
Out in the islands,
from Norway.
They just found a 5,000-year-old bunch of gold and relics in Puerto Rico last year.
That bitch cold.
Last year, 5,000 years old. And it all had, you know, ancient Paleo Hebrew on it. All right, you can't deny, you know, this denying of who the tribes are and trying to make your man's Kanye crazy. Because, I mean, he is a crazy son of a bitch, but he ain't stupid. And he wasn't lying. All right? His doctrine may be all twisted, you know. But when he said that we those people, he was telling the truth. We really are those people, man. As simple as that, man.
I got one.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalms 83. I'm going to start at 1 and bring it on down because this is what the elders is talking about. You know what I mean? How they have consulted and caused us to be doing all these plots against us and we had no knowledge of it.
You know what? Before you read that, go to, since you got it, I think it's Ezekiel 25. Good old days.
I'm bringing this shit back to 2011, 12.
Damn, I was already there because I was reading.
Time.
It's 25. Yeah. Go to Ezekiel 25 and start at verse 1. And start reading. Actually, you know what? I'm going to read it.
Time.
This is Ezekiel 25 and 1. It says, the word of Yahweh came unto me again, unto me saying, Son of man, set thy face against the Ammonites and prophesy against them. All right? I think the Ammonites being is part of the people that's in that what you're about to read. And it says, and say unto the Ammonites, all right, and for you younger brothers, who are the Ammonites today?
Japanese.
That side.
You better know it on this side.
All right? It says,
In Ezekiel.
hear the word of the Lord power. Thus saith the Lord power, because thou hast said, Aha, against my sanctuary when it was profaned, and against the land of Israel where it was desolate, and against the house of Judah when they went into captivity. Behold, therefore I will deliver thee into the men of the east for a possession, and that they shall set their palaces in thee, and make thy dwellings in thee, and they shall eat thy fruit, and shall drink thy milk. All right, and I will make Rabbah a stable for camels, and the Ammonites a couching place for flocks, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. All right, now I'm going to jump down to verse 7. It says, Behold, therefore I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and will deliver thee for a spoil to the heathen, and will cut thee off from the people, and I will cause thee to perish out of the countries. I will destroy thee, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord power, because Moab.
That's another one.
All right. Who's the Moabites today?
Chinese.
All right. And it says, and because Moab and Seir. Now I know y'all know who Seir is. Edom. That's right.
That's right.
The nation of Edom, the so-called white man. That's who Mount Seir is. All right. And it says, and behold, it says, Thus saith the Lord power, because that Moab and Seir do say, Behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen. Therefore, behold, I will open up the side of Moab. So, you know, he gonna open his damn side up. All right. It says from the cities, from his cities, which are in his frontiers, the glory of the country of Bashemoth, Baalmeon, and Carathium, unto the men of the east with the Ammonites, and will be given in possession, and the Ammonites may say, may not be remembered among the nations. The Lord is gonna do. You're not even gonna remember what a Japanese is. All right, he gonna put when the Lord returns, he's putting all nations and governments under his foot. Point blank period. There cannot be an American government. There cannot be a Russian government. There cannot be a Chinese government. There can't be any governments. Those represents mountains and hills, and the Lord is coming to subdue them all.
That's right.
upon his return, man. All right. And it says, and I will execute judgment upon Moab, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. All right. And then you already know. Well, I'll read it anyway. Verse 12. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom. All right. And we all know who the Edomites are. All right. I will also, it says, have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. All right. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom. So this hasn't happened yet. The Lord ain't came and wiped out Edom. Edom is ruling the world right now.
Definitely.
They're in power. Their power is fallen, the water Yahweh Shem Shai. But they're in power right now, man. All right?
I got a quick one for you.
That's why their daughters all in the underground rubbing up on the shoulders of Jake.
That's right.
And everywhere else they go. All right? But it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman. They of the Dan shall fall by the sword.
And you gotta cut off the beast from it, because the white man lay with them beasts.
And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger, and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. All right? So these Edomites are getting ready to get it, man. All right? They getting ready to get it. They getting ready to get humble. They getting ready to get they houses spoiled and their wives ravished.
100%.
Their little ones dashed against the stones.
100%.
All right? We're about to wash our feet in the blood of the wicked. That's what's about to happen, man. All right?
I had a quick one, because you was getting down on Moab and Ammon, and you know, scriptures like that was in Ezekiel, right? Scriptures like that, you can't refute that with no type of Christianity, man. Or Catholicism, aka universalism.
And you can't come up with a fake time period when it happened.
Exactly.
They can't lie about it. That's a future prophecy. And this hasn't happened yet.
So just to back up the elder on them gooks, this is Deuteronomy 23:3. Perfect. It says, an Ammonite or a Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh. Even unto the 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of Yahweh forever. This is Nehemiah 13:1. It says, on that day, they read the book of Moses in the audience of the people, like we're doing right now. It said, and therein was found written that the Ammonite and the Moabite shall not come into the congregation of Yahweh forever. So that's just to back the elder up, man.
Out of there. And Moab think they up next, man.
Exactly.
That's the crazy shit. But that's perfect.
Yeah, they up next to be a wash pot.
That's right.
According to that, that's said the Lord.
Right. You about to be a wash pot, a foot rub. All right, your women, the attractive ones are about to be concubines.
Right.
That's what's about to happen, man.
Something boy.
I watched. Hey, look, man. So like, y'all watched the damn Moabite, man. This dude, this other day, he had a nice tree stump. He had a beautiful, fucking big ass snapping turtle. That motherfucker was cold, and he washed it up. He was giving him the bath, and the turtle just having the time of his life. Man, this motherfucker pulled out a sword. He cut the head off. First, he cut the legs off, the head. I'm talking about cut the shit, man. I'm talking about bust his shell, boiled that motherfucker, fried it. I'm talking about made a stir fry right there. Live the turtle just. I can't wait to get my hands on you fucking gooks, man.
That's right.
They cruel and wicked, man.
That's right.
Wicked as hell, man.
He didn't even cut the head off first.
I don't think he did.
Because no, I've seen shit that they do to animals, man, and they beyond cruel. They don't even put them to death first.
They don't. They cook them while they're alive.
Yeah, they cooked them eels. I seen one of them.
They say it tastes better that way.
Nah, man, come
That's some
on.
wicked shit. Then they die with all them endorphins. They in pain. And that ain't healthy for you, man.
And then the muscle all tense and shit. It ain't tender how it's supposed to be. It's just all bad, man. Like the other was saying, all type of adrenaline
and you know,
hormones.
yeah, because they need governing, man. Because them niggas ain't figured out that a kitten is a damn pet.
Right.
All right. They ain't figured out a puppy is a pet. It ain't fucking food.
It's a pet. It's a pet too, and they pet it before they eat it.
Nah, yeah, the only kitty you supposed to pet is, is that kitty.
You did.
Hey,
That's the kitty you pet. You
Moab
lick
got
the
a
kitty.
saying that
Pet the kitty.
But
Not the kitty, dumbass.
Yeah, you know that nigga Jake. White dude,
God damn.
That's Moab. If it moves, it's food, man. Get that bug.
Monkey brain. And
Right,
this is why the world needs to go under new management. And this is how We know, hey, going back to the topic we started with, this is how we know that we not under the new covenant,
Come on,
man.
man.
You got gooks walking around eating monkey brain soup, man.
Hey, Ellen wicked ass too. They showed you that in the first Temple of what was it? Temple of Doom? Or
Was it Indiana Jones?
One of the Indiana Jones movies. Yep. They shows you Ellen was eating monkey brains too, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
Motherfuckers
man.
Eating monkeys.
That's wickedness,
That's
man.
wild.
Scarabs.
That shit
Yeah.
is wild, man.
So look, man, the earth needs new government, and that's starting right here. That's why the Lord said He'll destroy him with the brightness of His coming. That's why you got the men of the Lord, northern and southern kingdom, all the tribes out here present their bodies a living sacrifice, because we crying a sign for the abomination that's done in the midst thereof.
That's
The
right.
Muslims ain't doing it.
And this is a prophecy that got a lot of people in high places shook.
Shook.
All right, you low level go to work every day. People don't get it, but
They think it's a joke.
You got people in high places that are shook over this. All right,
I got something. This is Jeremiah 48:16. The calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteneth fast, man. So Moab, why you think China? You think you're getting ready to be the new governing body of the earth?
Get out of here.
You know, coupled with Russia, with the rest of BRIC squad, you gonna be the first one that's gonna be annihilated.
and the
man.
BRIC squad is elevating to great power, man.
Yeah.
And the nations are starting to join onto them,
Exactly.
and even American allies. So it ain't looking good for this whore in Babylon.
That's facts.
This old ran through no wall ass having everybody that had a turn bitch.
Hot dog in the
right.
hallway.
Because was that Saudi Arabia? They said they finna take oil payments in different currency. That right there is gonna be the fucking. That's one of the deafening blows to the American economy, man. Once these other nations are buying oil with their own currencies or whatever other digital currency they come up with, that's the death of the dollar right there.
That's right.
Because the other nations gonna be like, well, shit.
And all you
We don't
bitches
need
with
it no more.
degrees, you
Outta
gonna
there.
realize your degrees gonna be good for only wiping your ass, man.
You out of there. You gonna
Right.
be like Esau.
Right?
Out of there.
You gotta wear a sign so he can get a meal in his own damn country,
Man.
in his own land, man.
Soft.
Which he probably scamming, but then again, he probably is.
But the
fucked
fact
up.
that he got a scam.
Right.
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 Right. Hey, what
Right.
no? Hey, you wasn't seeing no homeless Edomite. Edomite
I done
women,
seen
Edomite
I done
men
seen
in the
Elam.
50s.
I done seen Elam
Yeah,
and
Elam.
Moab homeless now. It's over, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was shocked. I seen that homeless Elamite. I knew it was done.
That's fucked up.
I knew it was done.
Oh, it's a nigga that was
I
downtown,
knew it was
Joe.
done.
He looked like Kung Lao. He be downtown and
I know
shit.
with the Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
That nigga's
The one
Jake
that stand there and look at the sun.
Yeah, that nigga's Jake though.
Yeah,
he
he
bugged
might
out.
he might be a Jake.
Yeah, that nigga's bugged out.
Yeah, he always take his hat off and stand under
He
the
look
sun.
Japanese. Yeah, he be standing there doing this shit on stage. That nigga Jake, man.
That
Off
nigga
that
bugged
fucking
out.
hair ride, man.
But the fact
He
that
ain't
you
gonna
see
get
that
it.
shit, you know, it's crazy,
This nigga
man.
ain't gonna get it. He might be a berserker when the Lord put the spirit on him
Right.
to ravage or kill somebody.
Lord
in that
might
day.
lift his spirit up and bring the moves back to him.
Yeah.
Get that motherfucker broadsword.
Yeah.
Running on top of cars.
Right. Wild deadly venom and shit.
His leg. That wild ass
With
lotus
that-
flower
with
run.
that wild ass battle, you know, Moab music in the background.
Yeah.
Sword in hand like this.
Leaves.
Quack, quack, quack. Them hard ass. Quack, quack. Every time the pants move, you hear that shit. Whoa, whoa. Hey, I mean, we funny, but the Lord said it. He said, with stammering lips and another tongue shall I speak unto the people. We mocking him, man, because this is what's about to come. This is what's about to come. The scripture says, through the terror of the Lord that we persuade men. This is the terror of the Lord, man. You're going to have a lot of, what's that dude name? What's the nigga name off the Purge?
Diego.
Oh, you talking? Diego?
No, not him too. Skeletor.
Skeletor.
His ass gonna be a fucking Skeletor out here, man.
Skeletor gonna be out here on your
Diego,
ass.
Skeletor. This shit ain't a joke, man. They get that from the Holy Scriptures. That's why I said there's gonna be seditions among men, man. She ain't gonna be making her way downtown walking fast. That bitch gonna be somewhere in the sewer hiding like Donatello and Raphael.
Running.
And a big ass rat like Master Splinter gonna come out and eat her, man. This ain't gonna be no fucking joke. It just sound cool.
Yeah, did you see that apparition that was in the sky over in
Turkey.
what country? Yeah, it was in Turkey. You saw that shit?
Yeah.
That was crazy, man. And we know that was a chariot.
That was a chariot.
It was red as that photo sign, man.
They even said,
They said it's not an alien. They said it's a ship. So basically, Esau is getting to the point where he just admitting shit now.
Right.
All right, he's so exposed, you know. He's just admitting things. Yeah, they said it was they said that whatever in those ships are not aliens. They got pilots in them. Yeah, we knew that. They're the angels. Those are the chairs of Israel.
That's right.
And that's the salvation that's coming for the elect. And that's going to also be a part of the Lord's Air Forces when he comes to tear y'all down, man.
Yeah, Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum, they about to fly in the sky and save you corny ass niggas.
That's right.
Independence Day.
Real quick, just what we talking about. This is Exodus 7:3, and I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt, man. And America is New Egypt. Why? Because we serve slavery and captivity here, man. We are the tail and Esau's the head.
Right.
He's just a modern day Pharaoh, man.
And Egypt means the house of bondage.
House of bondage. That's
So
right.
when the Lord said, I will send you into slavery again, he will send you into Egypt again.
That's right.
With ships.
That's right.
Right.
The furnace of affliction, man.
All you niggas out here worshiping Egypt, worshiping Kemet and Dr. Umar and that filthy ass black woman. Look, man, the Lord is gonna give you niggas the plagues of Egypt. Hey, somebody get it real quick for the brothers and the elders, man. No, Jeremiah, what's that, 16? Deliver you out of the land of the north?
Yeah.
Because this the new Egypt.
Come.
Get that real quick.
Matter of fact, I think that's also in Jeremiah 31 and 10 or 9.
That's probably the one.
This is
because I just read
When
it.
you young brothers, stop being lazy. Get the typing before I curse y'all ass out.
Jeremiah. No, that ain't it. Where it says itself, no more be said.
Yeah,
I got it.
You got Durant got it. Come on, get the Mexicans in that bitch, man.
Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all lands whither he had driven them.
So we got scattered to the four corners of the earth. That's why this is happening. And with this particular camps, there's camps around the world, man. The Lord did this, man. The Lord did this great awakening, man. This is prophecy, right in your face.
In the face.
It says, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Come on, brother. Is it more to that? Did it say into the north? From the land of the north?
I got one.
Salaki.
That say the same thing.
Go ahead, brother.
Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
Yep. You can bring that one out to let me read this. Jeremiah 31 and 7. But thus saith Yahweh, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye. Say, O Yahweh, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, and gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child, together a great company shall return thither.
I got one.
This is Jeremiah
I know
3
I
and
just
18.
read it. I was like, no, that's in Jeremiah 31 for sure. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 3:18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel.
Oh, that's the northern and southern kingdom together. So-called Negroes and Latinos. All right, go ahead.
And they shall come together out of the land of the north.
Out of the land of the north. That's America. Right? This is the place. North America is the one place that has the biggest collection of all the 12 tribes. All right? This is the main place in the earth where all 12 tribes are represented. Because a lot of places got, it's filtered, a lot of mainly one tribe, maybe two tribes, little mixtures here and there. But this place, Babylon, is the one place where we all are. All tribes, all 12 tribes are represented here in Babylon. And then the 12 roll up. There it is. It's amazing how the Lord often sends us examples. Think when we're speaking about things, and all of a sudden,
It's like that Edomite walk by, we'll talk about Esau.
yeah.
So it says, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers.
There it is, man. So we're gonna go home and inherit our land again, which means that land gotta get purged, man. For them imposters that are over there. And Isaiah 63, it tells you that. Like 63 through like verses 1 through 5. The Yahushua is going over there to wreck house by himself, just to show his power. There's gonna be nobody with him, no angels or none of that. It said he said it's the Lord said he gonna trample the wine press over there alone.
God, I got you.
So the Lord gonna be going through there with the broadsword, all right, by himself, all right, in his glorious apparel, all right. He said this when he come back this time, he's not gonna greet thee as a man. He's gonna come back in an angelic power. He'll come back in his bitch like Thanos, snapping fingers and shit.
Basically with his armada. Whole fleet of ships. You know?
Yeah.
It's Isaiah 63 and 1. I'll get it for you.
Go ahead, brother.
It's Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bosra? This is that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speaketh in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?
So he's asking him, why are your garments covered in blood? Literally, that's basically what he's saying. Go ahead.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
There was nobody with him, man. The Lord going over there to flex. He going over there to show you. You remember how in that movie, what was that, Chinese Connection? When Bruce Lee walked into school and he asked some fools, you gonna fight one at a time or all together? And then he whooped all their ass. Well, this gonna be an epic whooping. This is Yahushua gonna cool me. He gonna get it, man. He gonna get it going. The Lord about to mess you fools up, man. Go ahead, brother.
For I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
So you think that the Lord is all about high fives, hugs, you know, Tootsie Rolls, and giving out participation awards? He's not, man. All right? Like I said, you know, I've said many a time, the Lord ain't gonna come back here,
Look
you know,
at that.
in two different directions. But man, every direction.
That's
It's
right.
144. No matter
You
how
can't
you,
stop this
no matter
shit,
how.
man.
And then if you look at the fours, it's for mercy. You can't stop it, man. Call hello. Go ahead, brother.
For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the
Wait.
year of my redeemer is
Wait.
come.
The day of vengeance is in his mind. The Lord is coming back for vengeance, man. All right, he's still. Hey, you got to remember, 1,000 years to us is only one day to the Lord, man. He said he'd be back after the third day, but we passed the 2,000 before the third day. We passed the 2 days, man. The Lord remember everything that happened to well, everything that he went through. It was like it was. You remember what happened to you 2 days ago.
That's right.
All right.
And you definitely remember the brutal shit that happened to you.
Exactly.
You never forget that.
So the Lord coming back for vengeance, man. And he been watching what has been done to his people. All right? See, the Lord is cold like that. He turned these heathen loose on us. He let them have their way, but then he gonna turn around and punish them for touching us. It's a catch-22. He said, yeah, go ahead. Continue whooping their ass. And now the Lord is coming for payment, man. All right, you touched the apple of his eye, man. You just didn't see. You didn't put in slavery and write all unrighteous decrees, make up laws of oppression, and oppress just some any old people, man. You touched the Lord's anointed. You touched the Lord's special people, man. You touched the apple of the Lord's eye. Then you claim to be them. Man, the Lord gonna fuck y'all up, man.
Hitler said it during the Olympics when Jesse Owens was kicking their ass.
Yeah.
He said, y'all wouldn't even won if it wasn't for the Negroes, man. Roughly paraphrasing, man. In Munich.
Yeah. Jesse Owens went over there, yeah, and his cousin. Because, you know, Jesse Owens' cousins get overshadowed because I think he won silver. But yeah, but Jesse Owens and his cousin went over there and you know, it showed them white superiorities that they weren't superior at all, you know? But I don't know why it was so difficult for them to handle because Jack Johnson had just did it before then. Yep. He had showed them for a good, you know, almost 10 years. that you know, he beat every so-called white man that got in front of him. All right, he showed them that they were clearly not superior, and he was having his way with their women. Hey, they hated him so much they made up laws just to catch him up. All right, and for those of you who didn't know, the monkey wrench is named after him.
Yeah.
They called it a monkey wrench because he created it. He designed it because he was into racing cars, and he created the monkey wrench to work on the engines with. So that's why it's a you know, they could have called it a Johnson wrench, but they called it a monkey wrench. Piece of shit.
Laying back off of that one. This is Isaiah 34. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken. Ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fear upon all their armors, all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. The slain also shall be cast out, and the stink shall come up on them out of their carcass, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Yep.
All the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
That's when them nukes go off. It's gonna roll. Before we get to that though, that stench of death, because there ain't gonna be no garbage man to clean up shit. Matter of fact, it may not be garbage man soon because they get ready to shut this bitch down.
That's right.
They're saying that they're gonna start taking bank accounts. You know, they get ready to start taking tax money. They say they're gonna take the tax money from the citizens and they're gonna give it back to you after tax season. You know, once they take these people money, you ain't never gonna see it again.
They see it. They already
All right, and they say they're not gonna pay the post workers. Well, them the wrong people to not pay.
Right.
They do have a term called going postal. They don't have a term called going policeman. They got a term called going postal. You go fucking with them postal workers if you want to, right? And if you ever was riding out one of them postal women, hey, them bitches crazier than them police women, man. Don't deal with no woman from the post office. Don't deal with no female cop either, man. Leave them bitches alone.
You got some on that one?
Yeah. I was getting to that captivity of Zion, so that's why, you know, the elder was, you know, talking about. And all their hosts shall fall down as leaf falleth off the vine, and as for falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Right, so it didn't say his sword was going to be bathed to come down on all people. It said Idumea, right? Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom. Those are the so-called white people, man. All right? The Lord has a serious... Hey, the Lord said he has war with Amalek from generation to generation. And Amalek is a chief race, the chief family of Edom that's ruling right now. All the other Edomites are underneath Amalek.
Go ahead. I'm going to skip down to 8 and get to the point after this pass.
I hope it's Amalek.
That's right.
This is Isaiah 34:8. For it is the day of the Lord's of Yahweh's vengeance and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. You know, as the elder was talking about, you know, they got a lot to pay for. The Lord is not forgotten. They've touched the apple of his eye, though. You know, the elect of Israel, and Israel in bondage, we over here now, don't own nothing, and you pretend you are free doom.
Yeah.
But the Lord he's gonna take care of all of that. Y'all gonna pay for everything you've done, and it's gonna be double unto you.
That's right.
That's the Lord's capital vendetta.
You know, it's all about vengeance, man. The greatest stories are always about stories about vengeance.
This the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunk it. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual wastes. All right, and that's going into Edom, man. Hey, the Lord is about to take y'all down. It say that the house of Esau gonna be stubble, man. You know, this you're not gonna build back better, man. You know, there's no making it anything great again. You know, how about Shai has pronounced your judgment, and it's about to come quickly unto you, man.
I got some. This is Revelation 14. I'm gonna start at verse 13. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and the works do follow them. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, Thrust in thy sickle, and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap.
Right.
For the harvest of the earth is ripe. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in the sickle of the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine unto the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. And the winepress was
Wait a
trodden.
minute. So the Lord had a wine press just for Edom, and now He's got a wine press for the rest of you clans. Hey, man.
Stumping.
And he ain't gonna do no landscaping with that sickle.
A threshing. Yeah, the threshing.
Cause that's the precepts in Joel, right? Just Joel 3.
Yeah, they got. Hey, look, they have something called a threshing floor, the killing floor.
Yeah.
All right, and basically that's the place militarily where you set up your main firepower to wipe out your enemy, man. You call it the threshing floor, the killing floor. Hey, all right, when you try to catch your enemy in multiple crossfires, all right, and then you try to block their retreat. So if they try to run away, they get caught there too. Hey, all right, go ahead. So the Lord is getting ready to
That's where you dummies get the ideology from the Grim Reaper. The Lord is the real Grim Reaper. He's coming to
That's
reap.
right.
That's the Lord.
It's gonna be
He's the Reaper.
12-foot swole ass dude with so swole it's showing forth through his gigantic garment.
Come on,
with a
man.
damn sickle in his hand, fucking you up.
And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even into the horse's bridle, by the space of 1,600 furlongs.
Hey, so a horse's bridle, all right, that's a lot of blood, man. Because you know the bridle is that bit that's connected to his mouth and then connected to his harness, so you can guide the horse where you want him to go, man. So it said blood up to a horse's bridle, just to give you an idea of how much blood is going to be shed by the Lord, man.
That's right.
And mind you, a horse, standing is at least 6 foot tall.
An ancient ass horse, though. That horse gonna be.
Yeah, it really depends on the horse.
Yeah.
Because some horses are bigger than others, man.
Right, yeah.
Get one of them
Mustang
one of them big ass Clydesdale.
Yeah, the Clydesdale kind.
You know, one
Yeah.
of them big ass Clydesdale, his mouth is right about here,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And one furlong is approximately 200 meters.
Right.
One furlong.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a
Approximately
lot of
200
blood.
meters.
So that's right, this high and that's,
That long.
man, the Lord is
1,600 furlongs.
Everybody has to
1,600
die.
That's a lot of blood.
Hey, outside of the elect, and I say this all the time, damn near every sit down, outside of the Psalms, the 91st chapter, I don't care what you know or who you know. If it ain't the covering of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, your ass is through.
Hey, well, it says the average adult has what, about 6 quarts of blood, I think?
6 to 8.
6
Yeah,
to 8
6
quarts
to
of
8.
blood. And that's what? Roughly about 330 million, 30 plus million people in America.
Yeah, and that blood
Yeah.
right there be shed, it'll probably be this high off the ground.
Yep.
2 people. Come on, man.
That's now waggly.
Come on, man. Yeah, that's just right. That's just an educated assumption.
Hey, I remember that's so Cole said that because the earth absorbs the blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the fact that it can't absorb, that's even more powerful.
Right.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
so much. It's
Saturated.
Right,
It's
exactly.
too much.
Yeah, that's
Boy,
what.
yeah.
It's too
Yeah,
much.
that's powerful.
That's a good point, Warren G.
Yeah,
That's a great point, man. Just when you think about the destruction, hey, I tell people all the time, man. man, I seen one of them. I love them motherfuckers, but I seen one of them wrapped up last night right here on state. Man, he tore that motherfucker in half. Then dude, he lucky he escaped with his life. He's standing out there like this at 4 in the morning, looking at his car. Fuck your car, you lucky your ass standing up.
Bring it up.
That motherfucker, hey, them, and that's they gonna start making them because they lead the police.
Yeah.
So they finna stop making them right now.
It won't be the first time.
Yeah.
They did the same thing in the early '90s when they made that Cyclone.
That truck.
They had a truck called a Cyclone that came out in the early '90s, and the truck out the gate. I mean, when it came out of the factory, it was 205 miles per hour.
Shit, man, you know niggas
Out
soup
the
it up.
factory. So yeah, and it was called a Cyclone, and the drug runners were buying them and loading up the back with drugs, and they just outrunning the damn helicopters on I-5, taking drugs back and forth from LA to Oakland.
Yeah, they would actually take cars and taken from Mexico to Orlando or whatever, and they would do it at nighttime. They turn all the lights out. They got night vision. Turn all the lights out and just drive.
Get on that damn Cyclone, right?
Yeah.
Just get right. You ain't catching them.
29 Palms, California. They caught a dude with MVGs in the Viper. They set up a sting, and it was all dark out there. They set up a sting, and they caught him. He was rolling with MVGs on, and they finally got him. But they had to be waiting way down the road. They hear him buzzing. We can hear him buzzing right past Lake Bandini now. That's how they do them night flies.
Right, and the Viper was very fast. Cyclone was kicking the Viper in the ass. Matter of fact, I think that was what made it so insulting to all these $100,000 vehicles, because I think the Cyclone brand new was like 35, 40 grand. But yeah, it was 10 holes in fucking Ferraris and Lamborghinis.
Damn.
I'm paying $400,000 for this shit.
Right, a dude in the pickup just lit my ass up.
That's cold, man. No, you paid $100,000.
It's a serious collector's item. Anybody that got them is not letting them go. Promise you that. Let's get back to it.
I got going into what the elders were talking about how much blood it was going to be. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 15. I have said before, and now do speak, and I will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop.
Damn. Somebody grabbed that those who were born in vain. All right, because you got a lot of people that was born in vain, man. All right, and also get 2nd Ezra 6 and 54 about all the other people, because the other people don't matter. They like, I got a cold. I'm sick right now. I came out anyway to do this work. But every now and then I gotta let that phlegm out of me, man. The Lord compared the other billions of people to spit.
That's right.
To spittle. They don't matter. All right? They won't teach you that in the church, though.
Not at all.
You'll never hear those scriptures.
Born in vain.
Get that one first.
This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 22.
Plain.
Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain.
But I thought God loved everybody. Nah, that's a doctrine of man. That's a complete and total lie. All right, that's a false doctrine. Go ahead.
And let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
And the plant of the Lord is the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Point blank, period, man. Those branches are scattered coming back. Okay? Point blank, period. Right. You can't be of a branch of another tree, of another plant, and then you just gonna graft yourself in. Right. That lion-ass Christian doctrine that they teach.
Right.
All right, that's not what it's saying at all, man. The people being grafted back in, when you be adopted means to be brought back. Right. You can't be brought back to something you were never part of.
Right.
Stop.
It goes into inheritance. Let me graft my ass into an inheritance of one of the Rothschilds' bank accounts. I'll graft my ass.
Say, well, I believe in your system and I'm a part of it.
Let me inherit.
So I should be able to inherit some of your riches. They gonna laugh at your ass.
So how much more bloodline, man? Are the people on the
You're gonna walk to a Rothschild bank, be like, hey, I'm down with the Rothschilds. Right. I need to make a withdrawal.
Hey, come right. Triangle. Come up in that.
Right.
Don't let Lance see that. Hey, come up in that.
See, I told you.
You gotta come up in that Cousin Pete spirit. Remember that nigga Tupac? Poetic justice, just go to the barbecue.
Right.
I'm Cousin Pete. Get you some fucking barbecue. that's what Esau
And you
tried
know
to do
it
with our
worked, too,
inheritance,
'cause
man.
niggas are so simple.
Yeah.
It was shit. Who's that? Oh, that's Cousin Pete.
Right.
Give him a plate.
Right.
And that's what Esau want us to do with our inheritance, man. He's trying to cousin Pete us, man, and that shit ain't happening.
That's right.
Cousin.
Yeah, brother.
This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. And after these,
Actually, start at verse 3. I mean 53.
2nd Ezra 6 and 53. Upon the 6th day, thou gavest commandment unto the earth, that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, and creeping things. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Right, so that we all, it was an old Jamaican song about some one blood, you know? One blood, one blood. No, ain't no one blood, man. Shut your ass up. All right? Yeah, it is that one blood. He said also of them who have been chosen.
Right.
So they separated from all the other billions of people, man. All right, you other billions of people, y'all that right there, man. That's right. All right, go ahead.
Let's see, all of this, Second Ezra 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou made Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people of whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
So the world was made for those people that the Lord chosen over all other people. And Thawadi Yahweh Shem Shah, we're those people. And like I said, this makes people in very high places very nervous that we speak about this, that we're bringing this out, that we're talking about this. If it weren't true, they would just laugh at us. That, you know, it's just like how all these nigga women all of a sudden are making all these videos trying to shame passport brothers. Saying, oh, they just using the women, sex trafficking the women, and all kind of shit like that. But we really don't care. But then why are you making a video? If you don't care.
OnlyFans ass.
Right, but Joe used up OnlyFans ass.
Right.
Don't know how many specimens they've been in you ass. So they don't want you. All right? You know? So that's the same as these other nations, man. The Lord doesn't want you.
And this is the point, 2nd Ezra 6 and 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but be like unto spittle.
Right.
And hast thou likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Right, so I just let out a bunch of coal to get it out of me. You see me all on the ground crying, trying to pick it up? Right?
I got something laying back up there.
Oh my God. I gotta put it back in my pocket, you know? No, man, the Lord don't want them, man. Right? You know, like it tells with Esau, it compares Esau to a turd in the toilet, like his own dung.
Right.
All right? You ever took a shit and then turned around and cried over the shit? I mean, the Lord is cold like that, man. Oh, this poor shit. Right.
Said no one ever.
He said, they're gonna vanish away like they were never there, man. You take a shit, you flush that shit, all right? You don't never want to see it again. All right? You can't wait to get out the bathroom.
And look, this is for those that don't have the Apocrypha.
This is Isaiah 40 and 17. All nations before him are as nothing.
Nothing.
And they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity.
Less than nothing. Damn. Not only are nothing, you less than nothing.
Damn.
That's an insult. And he just said that about the other billions of people, man. But let the Christians tell you God love everybody.
Right.
You know, they brother love. Jesus love you. I love you.
This is Deuteronomy 14 and 2. For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy power, and Yahweh had chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth.
God, above all nations on the earth. Where were you at? Deuteronomy what, 26?
14.
Go to, I think it's 26, 16 or 15. Says something very similar. Somebody get Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
I get that one.
And I think that's one in Exodus too. Like Exodus 19, 5, God. Get them all. The Lord told you in multiple places. Go ahead, what you got?
This is Job 27, verse 13 to 15. This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and the heritage of oppressors which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
Man.
Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep.
That's heavy, brother.
That's the best.
That's heavy when you really think about it, man, because I always talk about, you know, I collect swords, all right? I gift swords. And I always talk about how, you know, one day the Lord gonna open up his armor. We're gonna get them swords from the Lord's armor. And the Lord is promising you that people, read it again, really here, the Lord has promised you that these people are saved. He didn't say his sword. Whose sword you think they're being saved for? Because the Lord gonna let his men get it in, man.
This is Job 27 and verse 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and the heritage of oppressors which they shall receive of the Almighty.
So who's oppressing us? They the ones getting ready to catch these swords, man. They gonna catch these hands, these feet. They gonna catch these hands, these feet, the spittle. They gonna catch the piss. They gonna catch it all, man. Right? I had a homie, man, one of my Marine buddies. He was known for knocking out Edomites and pissing on them. All right?
Perfect.
Real talk. He would do that shit. He'd knock their ass out and then piss on them. Go ahead, brother.
If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death,
Right?
and his widows shall not weep.
His widow shall not weep. She gonna put on that short dress with no panties. When you out there pummeling her Nazi-ass husband, her KKK-ass husband, her racist-ass sheriff husband. Right. She couldn't wait for you to come and liberate her from that red short-stroke motherfucker. All right? Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalm 135 in verse 4. For the Lord Yahweh has chosen Jacob unto himself, and Israel for his peculiar treasure. And when you go into the word peculiar, right, in secular, it means possession, property, value property, peculiar treasure. All right? So the Lord chose Jacob, Israel, all right, the Negroes, Hispanic, Native, and Seminole Indians, for himself, for a peculiar treasure.
Right?
Man.
He said we're his valuable property.
Right. It's a property, wealth, private property.
Private property.
Damn, so
Private
all
property.
that I'm grafted in.
Yeah.
I believe too. You know? No, man, but right, but who your daddy though?
Exactly.
All right? Well, you believe, okay, but then you can get right to work, because that's the best you're gonna get.
Exactly.
And if you're an Edomite, all you catching is a sword, man. All right. After your work is done, you know, when the other nations after they finish with their 1,000-year prison sentence of slavery, they get to go and live in peace in their lands. Have they multiple wives, they land, you know, follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability until they fuck up. All right. But they get to do that. All right. They get to go and actually eat real fruits. Eat real fish, you know, living in comfort. All they gotta do is make the monthly payments to us. All right.
The beautiful thing is that their own scholars know this, because when you go to the Zondervan and you go to the word Edom, it says this is the only neighbor of the Israelites that isn't promised mercy.
That's right.
But it's an end time of huge judgment.
Exactly. Right. So at the end of it, right, they're promised no mercy. Elam gonna get eventually mercy. Moab don't know what a pet is and food is, confused ass, gonna get mercy. Ammon gonna get mercy, you know. all the rest, Japhet gonna get mercy.
Crispy ass ham, which
You know?
we are not.
Yeah, right.
Shit smell.
Them old, them dirty brown ass, them dirty brown Hamites, right?
Filthy ass
Yeah.
Hamites. You Africans are filthy, man.
Doodle eating Hamites.
I can't. Yeah.
They gonna get mercy. They gonna learn that doodle ain't food.
Right.
Meat.
Right.
What you say? Meat is meat.
Meat is meat. No, nigga.
It's not.
Right, you been hanging out with Moab too much.
Oh, and they is over there.
Yeah,
They
I know.
over there integrating
Right,
too.
so they eating off all
They
kinds of
eating
shit.
everything, man. Everything breathing.
Moab sharing his recipes. Ham sharing his recipes.
Ham got him walking around with that little ass rod out naked. Got him ooking and getting some make fucking. Got him ooking and booking.
Big ass plates in their lips.
Yeah, they got a gook. Now he ain't get gook. He got the little fucking eyes, and now he got a plate in his lip too.
Damn.
The heathens, man.
That's the thing.
And this is why they can't be joined into Israel,
Yeah, they
man.
can't, man. All right. And we don't catch mice. And, you know, and stir fry 'em, man.
Oh my
You know,
God,
fuck wrong
man.
with you, man.
And this dude, when Harold's was still on 87, they changed it to some hot whatever fried chicken now. But when the Harold's was on 87, the dude next door, he bust him out. He called a skin shave, because you know it's a lot of possums in the hood, especially on the south side and the east side. This motherfucker with a bald head ass shaved possum, he caught it in the back of their stores, because I guess the restaurant's connected. They recorded it. He said, "What the fuck is this, man? What the fuck is this?" Because you know they had that gook restaurant next to it. He said, "What the fuck is this, man?" Oh, get out of here. Yeah. You seen that video, didn't you?
Yeah, you leave now.
Yeah.
You leave now.
Skin ass possum dogs. And you niggas say, hey man, like the elder priest band lawyer said, who's now in the spirit world, man, a great teacher, man. He said, and that shit you was eating from them Moabites wasn't chicken either. That rice you niggas eat from them Moabites ain't chicken either. Man, when he said that, I ain't never ate Chinese food again.
Yep, I stopped eating Moabite food 20 years ago, man. I stopped fucking with Moab around the same time I stopped fucking with the nigga woman.
Man, that's a bitch. See, this why he the elder right now. This why he the elder right now. This shit was manifested.
No nigga should take notes.
Yeah.
He was
I think
ordained.
in 20 years I might have had some mouth from a nigga woman. That's about it. I stopped fucking with him because I saw it even before I came into the truth. I was like, these women is fucked up, man.
Bring it up.
Right? And you know, and then I was trying to tell brothers, hey, get you on these heathens, man. Get you on these heathens. Cause she ain't gonna have you all sitting up in child support court and doing all this other shit to you, man.
She get mad at you, she set you up by some
By
other
Ray
niggas,
and
Ray, shoot your ass, all type of shit, rob you.
Yeah.
And this bitch, you know, they see Jake.
And they'll spend money on you, take you on vacation.
Oh, most definitely.
Buy you clothes, get you a heathen, man.
Murph broke. These brothers know I'm broke. Shit, I tell a bitch in a heartbeat, I'm broke. Go ahead.
I got a scripture to back the elder up. Psalms 2:8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
There it is.
And the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
That's right, man. We want the heathens, man. And you got them camps, you know, to be trying to teach that. But look, man. Hey, to hell with you soft dudes, man, that don't have that royal kingship mentality, man. We want the heathens. That's right. We want to rule over them. There is no greater rule. Didn't Conan tell you? To hear the lamentation of the women, see your enemies driven before you.
And to hear the lamentation
All
of
right?
the women. Yep.
There's no greater victory over your enemy than to have your way with his women, man. Right. And that's not saying that we're not going to have our own women too. All right? We're never going to place a heathen woman above our own women in the kingdom. That ain't going to happen, man. But if you think that we're not going to have the heathens as concubines and handmaids, right, we are.
Right.
All right?
You don't want your man in a ruling class mentality.
And our women gonna be cool with it.
They gonna be cool
Matter
with
of fact, our women gonna be bringing us, right? She gonna get favor with you. Then they just had a pretty ass Elamite broad or the Ishmaelite broad on that viral video, telling the women to bring your man another woman, and your relationship will get better. He'll love you so much for it, love you so much more. You damn right. Your woman bring you home a badass broad. You like, baby, for me? She's like, yes.
Right.
And then she go to her room and leave you alone.
Right. Right.
Shit, man, please.
What's that Sarah?
You're
that
right.
came
You're
in
gonna
there?
love the shit out that woman. You're gonna enjoy the new woman, but you're gonna love that one even more for bringing
right.
it to you.
Yeah.
You better believe it, man. But y'all can't see and understand it. What you got, brother?
This is,
They don't have a royal, rulership mentality.
This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 26.
Say it with your chest.
Go ahead, brother.
And it reads, He that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father.
That's right, brother. Perfect. That's absolutely right.
Perfect.
You know, the Lord said He gonna rule over the other nations, like and break them in pieces.
Perfect.
All right, we gonna have our way with them. Point blank, period. And it's not gonna be a damn thing they can say about it or do about it. We ain't ever got to worry about Esau gathering together, in their slave quarters, plotting a revolt to take over the kingdom and all that shit.
Right.
Nope, because you know what? Because the white woman gonna play the role of the nigga woman. She gonna go rat his ass out.
Right. Turn on his ass.
Right, he talking it, your red ass.
You ain't shit.
Yeah, she gonna be telling him he ain't shit. Right. Exactly. He gonna catch that same. He gonna have that same shame of having this woman, against him, man.
Right.
That's right.
He gonna and truth be said, it's kind of like that now.
Oh,
a lot of the
yes.
information that's coming out exposing the hatred and the racism and the history that shames Esau, a lot of it's coming from women, their own women, giving up the histories about their families and their great grandfather and what their granddaddy did and their daddy did and all that sort of thing. All right. As a matter of fact, the evidence that about how when they started calling themselves white in 1681, the bulk of the evidence came from one woman, man. There was a couple other people involved in that, but that came from an Edomite woman.
Sweet white woman.
Yeah.
I got a real quick scripture for you. This
And
Deuteronomy.
she's here in Chicago, by the way.
It's Deuteronomy 30 and 7 to back the elder up. And ironically, I learned the scripture from the elder. I ain't Lance. I know who I learned the scriptures from. This is Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee would persecute thee.
And it's
that's
happening,
one
man.
of the curses.
Right.
It's happening.
The wife of
I
your bosom.
often talk about a former client of mine, the Jewish broad, this Jewish broad that I know. All right, her last name is Weiner. I won't say.
Weiner rhymes with winner.
But she married three different. She married a super rich ass Amalekite.
Ching ching.
Right. Then she married a damn Edomite doctor.
Ching ching.
Right. And then she turned around and married another rich ass Amalekite.
Ching
right.
ching.
And she done sent me 2 messages as of lately talking about let's go have coffee.
Ding-a-ling.
Let's go hang out, because you know what she told me so many years ago. She said, nah, you supposed to marry the white man, but you're supposed to fuck black guys for your enjoyment. She said that. Those were her words, man.
Yeah. Hey, the first Edomite woman I ever had was going back to about 2012, 2013. I looked that bitch dead in the face. I said, y'all fuck me and marry Brett Lee. There's a white dude who was our boss. I said, you gonna fuck me and marry Brett Lee?
Yep.
It's the truth.
And she was like, absolutely.
Absolutely, she better. Because Murph ain't got shit for her. She can't get salvation.
That's right.
But I'm gonna break on her.
Yeah. All she can do is she can bust, and that's about it.
Provide some comfort. I.e. money.
I got a good chunk right here in second.
I thought she was in the
and if you think you're wicked, if you think that this is wicked, you're wicked.
Yeah.
Because you don't understand what's going on in the Bible, man. You don't understand the position that the men of Israel are in, and that the prophets of the Lord are in, man. And the way things were done in the old time, and how they're going to be done again. Because the Lord clearly tells you in the Lord's Prayer that the laws of heaven are going to be here on earth again.
That's right.
It shall be done on earth as it is in heaven.
That's
man.
right.
And when there's a whole law in Deuteronomy on how to treat a captive concubine.
21st chapter.
All right.
That's right.
So you know what? You could go kiss her entire ass.
You can read it.
You know what she said? Ella, whatever her name was. From Harlem Nights. Old black woman.
Della Reese.
Della Reese with that gigantic ass. She said, kiss my entire ass. So
Shot me in my
you gonna be kissing for a couple days.
That big.
Your lips gonna be chapped.
Your lips gonna be tired as hell. Go ahead, brother.
This is 2nd Esdras 3:27. And so thou gavest the city over to the hand of thine enemies, and their deeds then any better than inhabit Babylon, that they should therefore have dominion over Zion? For when I came thither and I had seen impieties without number, then my soul saw many evildoers in this 30th year, so that my heart failed me. For I have seen how thou sufferest sinning, and hast spared wicked doers, and has destroyed thy people, and has preserved thine enemies, and has not signified it. And I do not remember how this may have left. Or are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion? Or is there any other people that knoweth thee besides Israel? Or what generation has so believed thy covenants as Jacob? And yet their reward appeareth not, and their labor had no fruit. For I have gone here and there through the heathen, and I see that the flow in wealth, and I think not upon thy commandments. They flow in wealth, and think not upon thy commandments. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there is also that dwell in the world, and shows how thy name nowhere be found but in Israel.
Right.
Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name hath kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
There it is, man. Yeah, that's a hell of a precept.
Stab.
Hey, Nico, hey, that shit.
That was one of them super moves. When right.
Ultra. Because it goes
Then at
into
the
the
end it says perfect.
right.
Perfect.
Because it lets you know why we were given over, and then it also tells you that hey, we still are the sons of that promise. All right, that Romans 9, man, you gotta believe that shit, you know,
right,
and then
brother.
that excludes anybody that's not an Israelite, man.
That's right, brother.
That gives you that hey, man, fuck the heathen, man.
Yeah,
fuck the Gentiles.
As a matter of fact, that's probably,
Right.
well, there's a few more, but that one in is if that's probably the most powerful set of scriptures in the entire Bible is that Romans 9th, the 9th chapter from beginning to end, because it lays it all down. It takes away any confusion,
Man.
even without the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha is just, icing on the cake. But that Romans the 9th chapter makes it very clear.
Let him go. He bugged out. Just let him go.
Yeah, he just stole from them?
Nah, he get
He's making sure.
Yeah, Jake was just being vigilant. That's all good. This Chicago, baby.
off the show.
I'm in Chicago, baby.
He just shoplifted and trying to make the bus now. Trying to get
That was perfect time.
He made it smooth getaway.
That shit perfect.
Hey, he made me
Nigga
think.
was trying
You know
to
what?
trick on me.
Hey, that was remnant of the dude who had the seek and destroy shirt on. Y'all remember when that happened? All right. Yeah, he weaved through traffic on that bike and got away after he destroyed that wicked ass Jake.
That shit real.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Right,
God,
his shirt said seek and destroy.
God damn.
He ran through traffic. He rode his bike right through
He had
traffic.
the bike on.
God damn.
He rode right through that shit.
We.
Go ahead, brother.
Going right in line with the brother right now. Revelations 3, 8, and 9. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Damn. That's another brutal combo, man.
Right.
And
That jab cross uppercut fall, go to sleep.
Hey, but that really, in our actuality, it's a manifold scripture, but that goes into the niggars of our people first. All right, that actually goes into that.
That say they are Jews and do lie.
Exactly, because you got
that scripture has dual meanings, but either way it goes, it's still that uppercut finish to either side.
no doubt
Wicked
about
ass
it.
2/3 and a damn Amalekite.
It's a fatality. And like the Elder Malcolm said earlier, also one of the scriptures you'll never hear in the church.
That's right.
You'll never hear that in the church. I've been to the church many times.
Most churches stay out of Revelation completely anyway.
They would tell you that.
Yeah, they don't.
They would tell you that.
Yeah, because I, thinking back when I was in them wicked churches, I don't ever recall any preacher ever bringing out a scripture, because they only use the whole sermon. You only really heard 2 scriptures.
Exactly.
And then the rest were stories and and things.
John 3:16.
Jokes and singing and
Oh, the choir running for a whole 45 minutes minimum.
Yeah.
That's minimum.
Yeah.
15, 20 the collection plate.
3 times.
The next 15, this dude patting his head and screaming.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Praise break.
Then they gotta have the band play the 10-minute praise break.
Praise dance. I
Right.
don't want to see the brother's wives up here dancing. You supposed to be in the camp. This brother wife up here, they out the praise dance. What the fuck is that?
Right.
Then they'll read, yeah, David
Well,
dance.
shit, they don't even.
That ain't David.
Now praise dancing is straight twerking.
Yeah.
They twerk now.
They twerking now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about some,
twerking for Jesus.
then they read, talking about some, well, David danced. Them hoes ain't David.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey, what he say on House Party? That ain't Turtle, that's ass.
That's ass. That ain't Ninja Turtles. That's ass.
That's wicked as hell,
No,
man.
you
That's some adulterous at praise dance.
Right.
You know it's a nigga I'm good. And see, that's how you know that's wickedness,
Oh,
man.
they'll do it too when the girls get in the leotards and do the ballet shit too.
Yep.
All you seeing is camel toe and
Yeah.
and all that shit. It's still.
So one of this nigga got promoted to a deacon in the church. He had never missed a Sunday. Looking at that nigga ain't there. Then after that, I remember my last time. This is one of my very last times, and it's right before I, really heard the truth, because I always, even in my niggerdom, I always wanted to read and know the Bible. Like always,
It was in you, brother.
And so I understood like you wasn't supposed to eat pork. And in my self-righteousness, I wouldn't eat it on Sunday. I'll smoke some blunts. I might smoke your stupid ass, but I ain't gonna eat no pork on Sunday.
Because I read that in the scripture.
Yeah, because I read it. I remember being a young man reading it, man.
I started watching the Hebrew Israelites videos in 2006.
Yeah,
and I stopped going to church. All right, and then the elders came on in 2007, and it was over after that.
It's dead. That's definitely.
But I was watching the videos in 2006, and I actually ran into my pastor.
Oh man.
Right? My ex-pastor, because it was a white girl. She really was a nigga woman. They got me to go to that church in the first place. So I was going there, but I started watching, the Israelite videos, and I stopped going to church. And I ran into him in Marshall Field.
Yeah.
All right. And he saw me, we stopped and we talked, and he was like, "Brother, I haven't seen you in church in a while." And so I was like,
he tried to call you out, low-key.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah. So why did you never tell me about the Apocrypha?
That's right. Right.
He got quiet as hell, man. So I was like, yeah. So what's up with the Apocrypha?
Yeah.
That's why you ain't seen me in church.
That's right.
Yeah. No, so so I knew stuff about the Apocrypha, so I started hitting him with all this stuff, and and all of a sudden he had to go. You know what, Brother Hurt? Right, all of a sudden he had to go.
Yeah.
And he had to go find his wife.
I was leaving. Yeah, I was leaving. That. Yeah, I got it. Nigga got a page.
It was
been
good
dead
seeing
for
you, brother. No, because he hit me with that. I haven't seen you in a while.
He tried to rebuke
you. So I came right back.
He tried to rebuke you.
Right. He gave me the jab. I gave him the 2-piece. I gave it right back.
Yeah, he did that weak ass shit.
Right, so I was like, so what about the Apocrypha then?
Right.
He got his takedown
Brother.
stuff very quickly. This nigga.
But he gave me that bullshit answer that they all gave. Well, we were never able to quite prove its authenticity. That it was canon, so that's
that canon doctrine.
That's why we didn't use it, brother. But I really got to go. All right,
Page has been gone for 10 years already. My pager beeping.
Right.
No, it happened to me.
I ain't seen that nigga since.
But like I said, man, I knew like you wasn't supposed to eat the pork, right? So I'm in the church and shit. These niggas, I go. I go and shit. So I get the plate, and the second in command, so to speak, damn, come some me die. The second in command, so to speak, was this nigga named David. And I hate to call that bitch ass nigga David. But nevertheless, that was his name, right? A big bald head Aaron Hall looking nigga, man. That nigga getting the plate. I'm like, man, ain't you the deacon? Yeah, brother. I said, man, you know we ain't supposed to be eating pork. That nigga said pork. He was smacking that shit too. He said, what? It's just some pork. I said, yeah, I'm gone, man. I'm done with these niggas, man. I said, I'm done with these niggas.
Right, he was like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, he really damn near kicked me out right on the spot.
The Lord bless this brother.
God knows. I thought these niggas was gonna jump.
What you trying to say? I prayed over this brother.
Exactly. Hey, the scriptures say in the book of Proverbs, he who turned away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
That's right.
So you can't pray over no pork. Well, Lord, I'm going to be adulterous. Please protect me from this bitch husband. Yo, nigga, that's the same. It's the same thing. Because it's turning away your ear from hearing the law, man. And that's why 2/3 of Israel have to be eradicated. Yeah, I seen it walking that way, and they don't have no business being with that heathen.
You know, no, it's funny. That dog got more value than he does.
Beautiful dog. Definitely.
Yeah, he'll get
Japanese dog.
He'll get put to death, and I keep the damn dog.
Definitely. I'll keep that white bitch too. White bitch, white dog. Go ahead, brother. 2 white bitches for the mirth. So I just get the elder the dog, or however you want to do it. But his ass ain't having neither.
Kind. I concur. Son of Moab, beloved.
However you want to do it, it don't matter.
I just had something to back you up.
Bring it
how
out,
we
brother.
came out the church. And this is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. This second epistle, beloved, I have now write unto you, and both which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembering.
Which we had this throughout the past times, throughout the life. That actually goes to the reincarnation. He said, I'll stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. Remember, Peter and Paul was going into people all around the world. Go ahead.
That ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior, Yahweh. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, and all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
Hey, and that's the spirit of niggas, man. And I'm talking about from men up in age like this brother, and men young in age from this to this brother, man. Every nigga on the planet done heard that, man. Oh, they've been saying that since my grandma was a baby. Look, bitch. When the Lord died and rose pursuing the Hebrews, the 1st chapter, that was the beginning of the end. This is the end of the end.
You're right, and we explained
We've been in the last days.
We explained early on that 1,000 years is one day to the Lord.
Yep.
So that we passed the 2 days. We have passed the 2-day mark, so the Lord is coming, man.
And,
all right, didn't it say he will rise after the 2nd day, before the 3rd day?
That's right.
So we here.
And he required that which is past. So even if it was more than that, the Lord still got something for you scoopball ass niggas. Hold on, let him finish this. I got you.
This is verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant.
Willingly. Because they know what the Bible say. They know the Bible is real. Go ahead, brother.
That by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the word, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire, against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
And see, what you got to understand, man, is that the true doctrine of the Bible is not profitable as far as to these wicked churches and these seminary schools and the doctrine that they teach. It's not profitable to them because they make money off of this fraudulent make-believe, all-inclusive doctrine. All right. If the truth was taught in the churches, first of all, that's why the churches are emptying out now, because of this truth. In case you didn't know, This truth is making the churches empty out because Jake is realizing they got the short end of the stick. Edomites are realizing that the Bible really ain't for them. All right, and so are the heathen. All right, so many of them then woke up to that fact. You know, Yakia often talked about this video that he saw years ago where this white guy started reading the Bible and realized that it wasn't for him and became a Muslim. Because he realized that, well, if I become a Muslim, he knew he wasn't an Israelite. And I was like, damn, and then, you know, and that video has been far since removed. I would love to have seen it. But the dude did an intricate breakdown, breaking down the scriptures, how he understood that it had nothing to do with him. All right? And I wish that, you know, but everything happens for a reason. But nevertheless, it's not financially profitable for the truth of the Bible to have been taught in this society. And the second thing that the Bible was used for was to control the masses. All right? Both Jake and the heathen alike, man. Especially when, you know, when everyone was believing in that hell shit. That's one of the ways that they kept people in order. And the Catholic Church had confession because the confession, they got all the secrets and the dirt on the people and then blackmailed them secretly later on.
With that hell.
To keep the rich, yeah.
That's wicked ass
Yeah, because
shit.
you done went there and told about all the affairs and
Right.
so, you know, and when my husband was on this journey, you know, you let this other dude bang you in the ass.
You know he in the other room like,
you know.
oh shit.
You
Then
know?
he changed his voice up. Yeah. So what did you say?
Right. He writing shit down.
Damn.
Right. And then he
So,
running back.
sister.
Yeah. And then he tell her to go say you know a bunch
Hail
of
Mary.
say a bunch of Hail Marys and thou are cleansed and forgiven. Right? And then this broad just told you about an adulterous affair where she was getting anally ravished by this other man so that she wouldn't
Or
get pregnant. So she went so that she wouldn't get pregnant.
And it won't feel loose to her husband.
You know? Exactly.
That's some wild shit.
So hey, and you know, and guess what? Shit like I just said, really, that happens. It really happens, man.
Man, that's real, man.
You know?
That's some wild shit, man.
I remember it's Elam. I used to work
Speak
at
up.
Salaki.
You said Elam. I had a story. I know. No, it was a damn. No, it was a damn. That's common among Elam. Elamite women will be sexually active with other men, heathens especially, anally, because they say they vagina for marriage.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Well, a lot of
So an Elamite woman would, you know, she'll let you bust off in her crack, in her boo-boo hole.
That's crazy.
Right? So she'll save her vagina so she can present, the breaking of the hymen and all that shit.
Right.
So yeah, that sort of shit is true, man.
Yeah,
This is a wicked ass world that we live in, man. All right, and we live in a society where Esau has promoted that sort of lewdness, right? Because it's really, your penis is an open mouth, man. You don't want to go sticking it in a boo-boo hole.
And then
would you go hump a toilet full of shit? Talking about some
That's some wild shit.
You know, the toilet just full of shit. You just gonna put your rod in it, man.
But the fact
that's
this
kind of
woman
nasty, bro.
does this and thinks she's not defiled is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And she done did it with multiple men because she done not worried about. And then you wonder why the DNA, and especially being when you understand the blood vessels, and it's and it can it's so thin in there. All right, so the DNA attaches to them that much easier, that much faster. So she bugged out because she got all these different sperms in there battling for dominance. And then later on in life, she can't pair mate with her husband.
Yeah, no bonding.
You can't pair bond. You can't really pair bond with a man. And America has taught that sort of disgusting defileness. And Western world is the only society that puts a value on women who've been with more men than their grandmothers had birthdays.
Exactly.
Their
great grandmothers.
Yeah. I mean, real talk.
Sorry to speak out of turn, but they great grandmothers.
But damn, well, some of them have had that many. But the point being is that this is the only society that puts a value on women who's had multiple partners.
And all these damn kids, man.
Other societies, they don't put a value on a woman a woman like that has no value at all. All right?
That's a nice dog, man. He gonna rip this motherfucker up.
Well, he old. This dog here, he old.
Yeah, he walk past Hutch every day. He walk past here every day.
Hey, but that's
every time we teach him. But yeah,
That's
and that's because this society right here is ran strictly the whole world, but this is the headquarters of Esau. And the scriptures let you know.
And it's dropping and it's destroying because you got women like Mia Khalifa and what's the little Jewish broad that was always known for taking the BBC, Riley Reid.
Oh man. Man.
And I've never seen her. I know who she is, but I've never seen one of her movies.
Man, that classic image of Jason Love grabbing that bitch like this and turning around.
I've never seen. I've never seen a Mia Khalifa video.
That's White Castle.
I've never seen one of her videos, but they both known for for taking gigantic Jake,
Yeah.
And especially Riley Reid, she little as hell. But,
yeah.
But for somehow she was able to get all them meats up in her.
Man, that nigga, hey, listen, man.
But they crying all the time about how nobody wants to date them and they can't be, everybody, people that date them just want to freak off on them.
Hey, I ain't
don't
gonna lie,
want to take them serious. But they're upset and that hurts.
Yeah.
That no man wants to both of them lost their husbands and they married.
Oh no.
Because the dudes couldn't take it no more, Well, it was like, how could you even begin? All right, how could you watch one of her videos and then want her to wear your name?
Oh, just like this clown.
How could you want your child to come out of that, And she loose unless you hung like a horse your damn self. You ain't.
Hey, he said it. Jenna Jameson and that nigga Tito Ortiz. Now that they passing around the class, her getting bust on and shit.
Yeah. These kids at school fighting all the time.
That shit funny.
Then you got this corny ass nigga from Chicago. He a lawyer, fucking with my bitch, but it's cool because Murph on the Pimpathon amongst the common was anyway spitting this shit like a phenomenon, so it don't matter. And I never met her, but this nigga's a whole lawyer, man, fucking with a Bella Danger. They be up here, they be all down here, man. The bitch, man, that's the best porn bitch in the world. But this nigga,
that little short, thick broad always with a mohawk.
With the big nose, no. She a Malachite, a Bella Danger. You might want to look up after that.
Did she wear?
She fucking with a nigga from Chicago, a lawyer, a black nigga, and he really this bitch boyfriend, man.
Damn.
And I'm like, man, I would love to deal with this bitch too, and definitely shit on a nigga woman, but damn, I couldn't see that, man.
Yeah, after the physical act, you can't bond with her. She's bonded with way too many. She'll never, hey, that's it. He's gonna get his feelings hurt eventually.
Of course.
All right?
No doubt.
Because she's gonna eventually, get tired and move on. It's gonna be her. Because his dumb ass gonna try to hold on to her.
Yeah, he think he got he think he got the prize.
But he gonna come to that horrible conclusion that it was just his turn. All right, and not she was never yours, it was just your turn. All right, and unfortunately, with a lot of these women, you gotta have that mindset, and it'll make it easier for you when the breakup come and all that shit. But it's like, well, damn, I guess my turn is over. It's the next dude's turn. Because there it is. She was never yours. Well, baby, it was good. I had a good ride.
Right.
Hey, I tell Leah Jake, man, if you dealing with a woman, whether it's the truth or not, and 90% of the time, 99.9% of the time, it is the truth. You just gotta go into this shit knowing, and I got more bitches than a dog catcher, so please listen to the Murph. You will never be the first, and you will never be her last. And if you was the first, you damn sure won't be her last. Enjoy your time and just watch it pass.
Sirach 36 and 24. He that getteth a wife, he getteth a possession, alike unto himself, and a pillow of rest. But where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled.
Damn.
That keep coming out.
The possession is spoiled. Like you said, she was never yours. It was just your turn.
Yep.
So if you out there stewing and mad, your feelings are hurt, you didn't put your time and effort into this woman, and she's screwing another dude now, or she doing her own thing, you just embrace that, bro. Hey, she was never yours. She wasn't yours in to start with, man.
I'm gonna say, what do you think about the 100 dudes before you, man? Especially if you niggas talking about getting married.
But Jake like to think he's special.
Yeah.
We've all been that stupid motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was that stupid motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
Right? I'm that guy though.
Me too.
God damn it. And we all got amps on our report card.
Then it turns out.
Oh, 100%.
So it is what it is, man. You embrace that mindset. It makes it easy to move about this world. Now, now I'm like Murph, man. And now I don't even make eye contact with a lot of these women. I purposely, when I'm checking out a broad that I like, that I think is attractive, I'll look at her, but when she look at me, I'll let her see me look away.
Yeah, you got to. It intrigues them.
Yeah. Yep. I'll be looking at her, and when she turned to see how.
And don't let us be in no real
Like,
public
I
forum.
literally give them like that whatever face. Like,
Man, I tell Jake all the time, if you really want a wood lady, the best thing to do is get close, especially if you out on a function at a picnic or at a nightclub or some shit. You get close enough for her to smell your cologne, but at the same time close enough for her to see you do that. That exactly act what the elder just did, but very close enough for her to smell some cologne called Dick she can't afford or could she gotta ask you to know.
Right. Just so you know, you are not Isaiah 4:1 material.
No doubt about it. Hey, I did a lesson many years ago.
Right, just because you a bad broad, you got some cheeks, you got some big old breasts.
None.
You know, you got a pretty lips or whatever it is.
None.
Right? It's like you are not Isaiah 4:1 material. Sorry.
You ain't Sarah, you ain't Rebecca, you ain't none of that shit.
Not even close.
Not even close. So
Susanna.
So what I did a lesson about 5-6 years ago about that. You always ain't Rebecca.
Right.
I don't care what you guys talk about.
Right. Tobacco breath, weed breath,
weed
and weave.
Weave.
Right.
Oh, and then the fucking weave smell like the smoke.
Yeah.
Because it I don't know what it is, that material. Then you got the good weave, so-called. You got some little Moabite, some little Elamite in the village getting roasted because they look like the fucking golden child.
Right.
Because you want to parade around with... They getting roasted in the village. Book on you.
I want the knife. Damn.
This is Ecclesiastes 7:28 in relation to what we're speaking on. It says, which, matter of fact, let me read up. Ecclesiastes 7:27. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found.
Damn.
None. And this is a man who had the most experience of dealing with women, and he was the wisest man on the planet.
Wisest man that ever lived outside, and he was Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
You can't even really say that. All right? But yeah, he was the wisest man that ever lived, and he said he didn't find one, man. One righteous woman.
So what
and
you
then,
think
and the
you
man
gonna
had
do?
1,000 wives and 300 concubines. How many women you think of the concubines had interviews before they became concubines?
Well, Salaki, the 700 and 300, I think.
700, 300. That's what.
So 1,000 women.
If that's not what I said, that's what I meant to say.
God.
He had 700 wives and 300 concubines.
Come on, man.
Right? And so of those concubines, he didn't find none among them, and he didn't find none among the Israelite women either. All right? So there it is, man. So all of these women on this side are out of order, man.
Completely.
For the most part, man. I mean, it just is what it is. Your mama included.
Most definitely.
Yeah, because, the woman, for the most part, she's only going to cleave unto this truth to a certain, very few of us got some Sarahs and Esthers, man. Now, there are some women out there who try.
I ain't one of them.
And Yahweh, keep and protect those women. But, because I ain't got one, all right? But the majority of these women, they ain't for the Lord. These women, it tells you that, matter of fact, go to, what's the scripture says, they shall be saved in childbirth, Timothy, and we're going to wrap it up in that. They literally are going to be saved for childbirth, all right? The old ones too, because they're going to get them new bodies, all right? They make it out of here, they going to get that new, they're going to be young again, man. She's going to be young and fertile, and ready, all right? And she's being saved simply for childbearing, to bring back multiple children, to bring back the nation of Israel.
And I'm coming in that Keith Sweat spirit.
That's a literal job, man. It tells you in Matthew the 19th chapter, 100-fold. So the average Israelite is going to have at minimum 100 wives.
Come on, man.
All right.
Lord gonna reward his men, man.
Go straight to the point.
Straight to the point, brother.
It's 1 Timothy 2:15. Notwithstanding, shall she be saved in childbearing if they continue in the faith and charity, holiness with sobriety. So like the elder was saying, you know what I mean? They only gonna be saved for that purpose.
Yeah.
And they don't want to fulfill that.
And that's whether you 16 years old or you 80 years old. You're gonna be saved simply, those of you women who are gonna make it, you're being saved for that fact. All right? So it's the men, the elect men Hey, that's why it says 7 women shall cleave unto one man. That man is your way to salvation. Thus saith
That's
the
right.
Lord. Thus saith the Lord, not Malcolm. All right? Bring out the next scripture, Baba Kashan.
You was holding it? What you need? What was it?
It was one more that I said. Now I can't remember well.
You said in childbearing, right?
They will be saved in
brought that out.
childbearing. Oh, Isaiah.
It's Isaiah 4 and 1.
Oh, Isaiah 4 and 1.
Go ahead.
Oh, and somebody can go ahead and get that Matthew too.
This is Isaiah 4 and 1. And that day 7 women shall take hold of one man.
And 7 women can be 2 women. 7 women can be 200 women, right? But Matthew says that every Israelite that's done this work, all right, he's going to have a minimum of 100 wives. Because it mentions a list of things. And it says 100-fold, and wives are included in that number.
I got it. This is Matthew.
So these women ain't got nothing to say. Well, I'm not going to stand for that.
Go ahead, you read Isaiah.
Saying we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name.
There you go.
To take away our reproach.
So if you a woman and you really believe in this Bible, you believe in this word, that's going to be part of your role. And you're not going to have a problem with it. Because that's the way it was in the ancient world, and that was a part of our heritage and our culture was normal. And it shall be again. What happened is you've been westernized. Yep. And the West got everything backwards, man. And these devils push that monogamy and they never practice it, ever. Matter of fact, monogamy was for lesser people, broke people. Yeah, exactly. Because the super rich and the super wealthy, they look, man, if you worth billions, all right? If you worth billions, you're gonna have women in every country, every place you go. Every city. All right, I'd have penthouses in New York, in Jersey, in Vegas, in Chicago, and you best believe every place that I go, I'm gonna have a safe piece of woman that I can run up in, that I ain't got to worry about somebody else running up in it. All right? Why? Because you can afford to do that, and women ain't gonna have no problem with it. She gonna be just glad when you come back to her way.
That's right.
All right? Because she gonna get to live deliciously, you know. Go ahead, brother.
I got this is just expounding on what the elder was saying, and this is simple. It's Isaiah 16:20. Thy people also shall be Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I might be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in my time. So how are we going to become a mighty nation?
Right.
How are we going to become 1,000?
Right, how you going to become 1,000 with one wife?
Right.
A woman, so she got to be 1,000.
That
means she going to stay pregnant for 1,000 years. Because it takes, so she going to have 10 months of pregnancy, you had a baby still on her titty, and she pregnant again. She got a baby on these titties for 1,000 years. Fuck out of here, man.
I gotta quote the Apostle Elder Tahar, man. I gotta quote the great Apostle Elder Tahar. Nigga ain't gonna be no soulmates in the kingdom. That's
right.
You niggas down here looking for a soulmate.
Let your soul glow.
That shit tickled me, man. But the truth is, you niggas looking for a soulmate.
That's them IUIC, them beta males in IUIC.
Yeah, he rebuking them. These niggas ain't no soulmates in the kingdom.
And Captain Tazariak, them beta males in ISUPK. All right, them guys, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, no, I'll take that back. The ISUPK, they down with the multiple wives. But, but them IUIC dudes for sure, man. They they not down with
a great husband.
Right, they not down with the Lord's program. They down with Esau's program, monogamy.
Man, I had 2 chicks earlier. You know what I'm saying? This chick and her friend, in this high rise. One was Ishakar and one was a Polish Keisha. That bitch is the black woman, man. They fine as hell. Them bitches was cooking me breakfast. I was just looking out the window. I said, man, this shit, I really feel like in Bison. It's just a shadow of things to come.
That's it. That's looking out over the lakefront while 2 bad bitches making you food.
Yeah, and we all sat down, and these bitches, it was so real because they was sitting in the high chairs, but their legs was folded up Indian style so they can damn near be as high as the Murph. I said, bitch, y'all, I like y'all hoes. And I rebuked them and cursed them out and made them call me God and made the bitch read Psalms 86, 82.
Right.
This is a true story. It was this morning.
I like it.
I felt that. That shit felt good, man. It's just a shadow. The Lord did that for my spirit.
It had
I
her
be
read
getting
Psalm
beat.
82 and 6.
Yeah, because she tried to deny
Matter of
me
fact,
with that.
we'll close with that.
Go ahead. He got the Matthew, though.
Go ahead, brother.
Somebody
No,
get the...
read the Matthew first.
Matthew 19 and 27, it reads, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
And everyone that has forsaken houses or brethren or sister or fathers or mothers or wives or children
And a
or
lot of
lands.
men, and a lot of men standing here have done that and are doing that.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Most definitely.
Or forsaken houses, brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, or wives, or children, or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold.
There it is, man. Right? So you're gonna have, you know, if you got 100 plus wives, you could become, or a little one could become 1,000 real fast.
Great nation, man.
All right? Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalms 82 and 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High.
Hey, so with that, man, we're gonna give all praises, all honor and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rukak,
What above the ball?
Above